with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the commander. Let some people get up in here. Run that back one more time. One time. Let's make sure we live, baby. Okay. Here we go. Your host, Dream Team. Yo, what's good, Commanders family? Welcome to another episode of Everything Commanders. I am your host, Dream Team Buddha. So, the Washington Commanders just defeat the Los Angeles Chargers 27-10. Yes, sir. I feel good about this victory. Now, at first, I will say, I was in here, I was pissed off, screaming to the top of my lungs, yelling at the TV, very angry by the way we started because, again, we started slow, and it seemed like it was about to be one of those same shit, just a different day. And trust me, I was kind of pissed off about that. And yeah, so luckily, they got their stuff together and they put together, you know, some plays together. Defense made some plays, and we got back into the rhythm, and then everything turned out for the better. So before I get started in this, let me let some people get up in here. And yeah, I hope y'all, enjoying the game. Let me see who in here real quick. Let's get some people in here real quick before I start. That would be wrong of me. Let me see. Got a good friend of mine that's gonna be on here. What's up, babe? I see you. Let me throw you on here. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Hail to the Commanders. Gotta let some people get up in here. I couldn't figure out how to do the notification to actually, bring people, but it's cool. But anyway, so like I said, the Washington Commanders finally put it all together and get the win. We moved to 3-2 on the season, and we definitely needed that. We needed this victory more than ever before. Now, I know it wasn't like a playoff implication game, or we lost so many games and we just had to have this win. We had to have this win because we've been up and down on a roller coaster ride for the past few weeks. Jaden Daniels was down. Jaden Daniels was back today. Now, he started off a little slow, I will say, but it's to be expected. He should be a little rusty. He sat down for 2 weeks, a little longer than that, because it was 10-day gap in between the game he played and our next game. So he pretty much been out for, I would say, a good 17 to 20 days. So he was going to be a little rusty. And then, he had those pink cleats on today, and he slipped on when he was trying to scramble for the first. And at that moment, I felt like maybe he ain't ready. It's just because we like to protect Jaden Daniels. And I felt like we was the cardiac commanders for the first quarter today. Like, I'm like, do you all not understand the assignment? Like, it was bad play calling for offensively and defensively. It was just a lot going on, whether we seen the defense playing off 20 yards, should I say, to start the game. And that didn't look good at all. Okay, the Patriots just recovered the fumble. Watching the Bills in the Patriots game as well. But anyway, yeah, so them to be playing off that far, I felt like they didn't learn a lesson from last week against the Atlanta Falcons. Okay. And when they did play up, Quan Martin, it was this one play where Quan Martin kind of like backed up, and Marshawn Lattimore is in his position, and by default, by the alignment of the defense, and he backed up. They running man. Once the play snapped, the guy makes Quan Martin run into Marshawn Lattimore, and here you go, Keenan Allen streaking across the field. He skipped it down the field after he didn't caught a 5-yard route and turned it to a 33-yard gain, because those guys were not on the same page, and it felt so good by the time the third, fourth quarter came to see those guys get on the same page, because it was a lot of what went down last week going on. It seems like these guys are doing whatever it takes to make a play. Everybody wants to make a play. I don't care who it is. It's like everybody trying to be the first person to say, hey, it was me. I did it. I made the play. I created the spark to get us going, or whatever the case may be, instead of allowing it to come to us naturally. And see, when the first drive came and they drove all the way down the field, it was Justin Herbert drops back, and everybody didn't keep their gap integrity along the defensive line. Like I know you all know that Justin Herbert could scramble. Like we all know Justin Herbert could scramble, y'all. So when they let him get out and break off like that, and then he put a move on. He only had one person to make miss. He put a move on safety Quan Martin, and he was gone down the field, and they finally caught him. But I'm sitting here saying to myself, like, you guys watch film all week long. You all know it's not like the fans at home the only ones seeing the talent of these other teams that we facing. You all know very well what Justin Herbert is capable of. Like for him to break that long run, I was pissed off. But what I do love is that they corrected that mistake in game, and that just haven't been happening this year. When we make mistakes, we pretty much gonna let it ride for the entirety of the game. And I felt good because when we first flipped the coin, we was able to defer. Now, if you notice, Team Us get the ball first because they know we start slow. And well, every time that's happened this year, we lost the game. So, well, we beat the Raiders, whatever the case may be. But that's what the Packers did to us. So that's what I'm really referring to. When the Packers made us get the ball first, and we started slow, and it didn't end well for us at all. And I thought this was going to be that same situation. And anyway, I'm in here. I'm going crazy. I'm yelling. I'm losing everything I got in my brain because I'm like, isn't this the same offensive line that's down 2 all-pro tackles? Like these guys look like they got Hall of Famers along the offensive line because we wasn't getting to the quarterback. I mean, every now and then you'll have Javon Kinlaw, who actually played his tail off with the run game. He showed up this week. He talked a lot, but then he showed up. So I appreciate Javon Kinlaw for actually showing up this week. But I was like, come on, I could get out there and get more pressure on Justin Herbert than what these guys are doing. And I'm not, I know they professional. I'm not a professional, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this. It's no way in that first quarter, that they couldn't get no pressure on Justin Herbert. You know what the reason would that be? Because Joe Witt Jr. was calling the game soft. I felt like these guys were out there. The assignments that was given, they had they went in attack mode. I feel like teams been attacking us lately. Like it's like we going out there with our dukes up and we waiting to get hit versus being the first person to swing. It's just like two people fighting against each other. And he said, swing. Nobody wants to swing, but the first one that swing. I bet you won't swing. And that's what it's like. It's like the Commanders don't want to be the first to take the swing. And when you start taking that swing first, you take it to teams. And Justin Herbert had all day back. He was just dropping back, looking like he had his all-pro offensive line in front of him, and he was dicing us up. And then somehow, somebody put a bug in Dan Quinn and told Joe Witt, hey, send some heat because they can't block it. I don't care if a person is running wide open. He can't get him the ball if we put pressure on him. The Giants showed you that last week. Why aren't we looking at this film and, it's a copycat league? Why aren't we looking at the film from last week and saying, let's attack them the same way until they prove otherwise? Because that's what team doing to us. It seems like every team coming out here, putting their wide receivers in bunch, putting people in motion to see if the Commanders are ready to correct their wrongs. They challenge us every time. It is like we don't challenge the teams. Like the Giants really got after Justin Herbert last week, and that's why he stunk it up. And it showed once they started pinning their ears back, getting after Justin Herbert, you seen what took place. The Dorrance Armstrong, 2 sacks. Hell, Jordan McGee was out there balling. He was getting at the quarterback. They was applying pressure. They was sending Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu, the whole gang got back there and was applying pressure. And then once you start seeing, I was like, ooh, Joe Witt got his balls back because I felt like he got his balls taken from him because sitting up in that box, he's not being aggressive, scared to blitz. And now I know how you feel like our secondary maybe can't cover as well as you like. or they haven't gained your trust this year. But you got to send some heat, bro. The front four just not getting there alone. And you can't expect that at all times. You got to do different things just to switch it up so that way we can keep the offensive line guessing. And sure enough, they righted the wrongs and they corrected it, and I felt so good. But even when the defense fixed it, because what turned the game around was Quan Martin hitting what's his name, the wide receiver, golly, I can't think of his name. Quentin, I can't think of his name. The wide receiver from the number one, Quentin Johnston. Sorry, Quentin Johnston from the Chargers. When he hit, he was up too high, and Quan Martin went low, and he got his head on the ball, and the ball came loose, and that turned the whole game around. It's like a light switch came on for the Commanders. I started saying, "Ooh, this is the Commanders from 2024." It affected everything from defense to offense. It affected special teams, everything. Like everything started going our way. It's like we couldn't catch a break at first. And I was like, man, I don't know what's going on, man, but this is just not my team, man. But you know what they did do? And I love, they ran the damn ball today. And I'm talking about they ran Bill down their throat. Like, he got so many carries. I was in this joint smiling from ear to ear. He should have been out there. Like, a person with blind eyes can see that Bill Krosky-Murray is our best running back, dog. Like, he should have been out there starting with the ones instead of trying to gradually work him into the offense. Oh, they said, well, maybe he can't catch as well, or maybe he can't block. Oh, well, he went crazy today. He was blocking people. He was catching the ball, taking it 30 yards down the field. Ain't nothing that young man really can't do. But only way for him to get better is if you put him out there and allow him to get that experience. When he fumbled that ball, that was his first time fumbling the ball, and the dude got a good punch on the ball. He has to go through it to grow through it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't allow him to get the carries, we'll never fully see what he's capable of. The same thing we did with Jaden Daniels. We threw him out there. Yeah, we threw quick passes, all this other stuff to get Jaden going, but you got to do the same thing with Bill. Stop gatekeeping Bill. I bet not ever see another running back starting over Bill for the rest of the season. Hell, for the foreseeable future. That is the running back of the now and the future for the Washington Commanders, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a running back. Bill is that one, okay? I'm talking about this boy can squeeze through any crevice and get through any small gaps, anything. He's one of them ones. And the league is going, like, he put the league on notice today. If he ain't put the league on notice week one, I don't understand how you get 10 carries for 82 yards, win the offensive rookie of the week for week one, and then he goes on the shelf. Like, I was like, who's making these decisions? Who is it? Because you need to be beat. Like, seriously, I just don't get it. But anyway, it was good to see Bill out there, y'all. He had over 100 yards. Let me see his exact stats. Let me pull his exact stats up right here. Bill Krosky-Murray was putting on a show today, man. I'm talking about, I had my popcorn and I was watching and I was in awe in here, okay? He only had 14 carries for 111 yards. He averaged 7.9 yards a pop, 2 TDs. And you can see every time he would break one, he had a 27-yard long one. Every time he would break one, he would get up and he would be pissed off because he knew that if he could just make that one extra guy miss, he off to the races. And ain't nobody catching him because he's too fast. He bouncing off people like a bowling ball. You know what I'm saying? So we got ourselves a running back, and I don't want to see nobody else starting at running back but Bill Krosky-Murray. And, I like the way that once we got that spot, the offense woke up as well. And, it started kind of like twist back a little bit just before the half. And then they want to play stupid because Mikey Sanders still did the stupid thing at first. I didn't understand why you had to even try to block the kick on the first drive. Why are you trying to do that? It's no need for you to do that. Okay, we bent, but we didn't break. Okay, you're supposed to bend but don't break. And we bent and we broke because we made a stupid decision to try and block the field goal kick. It's no need. Take that, let them get that three, get back out there on offense and try to drive down the field. And had I known if they was going to do what they did, running Jaden Daniels on the second play of the game, a designed quarterback scramble, like what are you doing, Cliff? Like that pissed me off so much. This man got a knee brace on. Okay. And I know you probably trying to catch them off guard because they think that we ain't really gonna run the ball because Jaden Daniels got that knee brace on, but that ain't the way to do it, brother. That's not the way to do it at all. But I ain't gonna keep on, crying over spilled milk because y'all righted the wrongs and we got the dub 27-10. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. So I had a good friend of mine that I was talking to throughout the whole game, and he's a good brother of mine. And I told him I'm gonna bring him on the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite him in here, my brother Q, and we're gonna get his take on what he think about what went down. Because y'all, he was giving me a whole earful while we was watching the game, and I happened to look down at my text message. He said, "I can't stop texting you because I don't want to jinx the win." And I told him, I said, "Brother, just keep on texting." So I'm gonna let him get on up in here, and we're gonna go from there. But how y'all feeling about this game? Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Let me see how y'all feel about this game. Shout out to Taylor. She sent us 199. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Monte Jackson, what's going on, brother? What you think about that game? Let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think. If you in the chat, make sure y'all smash that like button. And I appreciate y'all for rocking out with your boys. It's a million content creators, Commanders content creators that's going live right now. And I'm fairly new to this live thing. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. About to bring my brother in here, a Commander fan, long time, diehard Commanders fan, Redskin fan, however you like it. But I'm just glad that the Washington Commanders did what they supposed to did, because it was no way that we were supposed to allow Justin Herbert to have that much time back there in the pocket. He should have never had that much time in the pocket. And I felt like, Pipkins couldn't get it done. When he got hurt, I'm like, okay, well, they done brought in this backup. And then before you know it, you started seeing them going crazy. Shout out to Von Miller. The boy had 1.5 sacks today. The guys is out there balling, y'all. You got to give them credit when credit is due. Like I said, I was pissed off in the first quarter. Hell, even the first half, I feel like we left so much out there. But when they came back from the half, and the sideline reporter, she said, "I heard Dan Quinn talking to the team, and he was yelling to the top of his lungs, telling them to keep going and keep fighting." That's one thing I love about our coach. He knows how to hold on. My brother's in here now. Let me see if I could bring him in here for a second. Let me see. Can you say something? Talk.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all, this is my brother Q right here, a longtime Commander fan right here. I'm just gonna get his perspective on the game, because he would not stop texting me during the game as I was frustrated. He was sending me his frustration, and I told him we're gonna talk about it after the game. So what's going on, bro? What's going on? Tell me what's your thoughts on the game, how we got the win and whatnot.
All right. Well, I mean, first and foremost, the W, much needed W. Needed that W. Can't go without the W.
Right.
I need Dan on these road games. I need that same intensity as the home games. Now, first of all, let me get to the good, then we're gonna get to the bad. The good thing is I'm glad he's starting to pay attention to the young guys. Don't get me wrong. The old guys, the vets, the savvies, they do their thing. But this is a league where Father Time is not your friend. As you can see, as he started implementing these young guys, things started happening a little better.
Right.
I love the way that they utilize my man Bill, even though he had that crucial fumble that could have been bad, but
yes.
it could have been bad, but those are learning curves that come with the game. Everybody is you're not going to hold
Wi-Fi, brother.
You're not going to hold that ball forever. It's going to come out eventually. When you get paid to run, they got people that's paid to knock it out.
Right.
Let's get to some of this bad.
Yeah, because it was a lot in the first half.
Chris Moore is trash. Trash. I don't see. I mean, I don't know what he's doing in practices. It's not showing up in the games. Whatever he's
Yeah,
doing in practices must be great. But when we need you
right.
in the games, like that touchdown you drop, that's a gimme.
Mm-hmm.
That's wide open in the NFL. It don't get no better, no bigger, no more. That was a perfect throw. And then JD put it where he couldn't get hurt. He should have just caught it and slid touchdown easy. Yeah, walk off. No.
Right, because I needed that touchdown too. I needed him to throw that, but that Debo touchdown, we're gonna get to that too. But go ahead.
Yeah, Debo is an animal. Now,
Yep.
Debo is one of them great things that's going to be a problem. If a lot of people don't know, he only on a 1-year contract, and
But I
he's
think we need
playing.
to sign him up, though. I think we need to get him another 2-year deal or something like that because he's earned it thus far. I mean, of course, let it go on. You know, deals need to be made to the end of the season, but I think that we definitely should take a look into considering bringing him back. You know what I'm saying? At least for a 2-year deal.
That's not even an option. They have to bring him back. What he brings to the offense is something that you cannot teach.
You
Like
can't.
you cannot teach that. And right now, I mean, he doing his thing. He's supposed to be our slot receiver. He's acting like he's the best thing on our team right now.
Right.
So I mean,
So
they have to pay that man. And the problem, that's where the bad thing come in there because you're going to have to pay him. You better not let him walk. If you let him walk, I don't care what it is. That'll be the biggest mistake they ever made next to Albert Hainsworth.
right.
So
Right. Well, now that was. I don't think it could ever get no bigger than that Albert Hainsworth situation.
I mean, I'm just
But
saying.
what you think? But what you think about Luke McCaffrey, man? My boy showed up today. That 50-yard bomb, boy, it shows you that he's taken to the coaching and that he's getting better and better and better. Now, we would love for him to start off faster, last year, contribute more to the offense and whatnot. But I was expecting big things from him this year. I mean, I know it's still early, it's only been 5 weeks, but I expect him to continue to show up and contribute because the better off these weapons around Terry McLaurin get and around Terry McLaurin and Debo and Noah Brown, if he can get back out there on the field, the better off they become, the better off it will be for the whole wide receiving core because they can't just double down on one guy. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I will say this. When Terry do come back, I don't want to hear, and this goes for myself, I don't want to hear they shut Terry McLaurin down because he was getting doubled and stuff. What is Debo doing? I mean, you think they letting Debo run free? I don't think they let him run free.
This is the difference of what they're doing with Debo and Terry. Debo is what they should be doing with Terry, which they should have multiple motions. They're moving Debo around. They do not move Terry. They leave him on that left side. Well, all actuality, you should use both of them in the exact same way. You should treat it as if we got 2 number 1 slot receivers.
Right.
So as far let's get back to Luke. A lot of people don't know that Luke been in camp with his brother all summer,
all season. Mm-hmm. I seen him, BJ Robinson, and his brother working this all season. They put that picture up. They showed it last week when we played against them in Atlanta.
And a lot of people need to understand he never played wide receiver until 1 year left in college. He was a quarterback the whole time, so he's still learning the position, and he's starting to get what we like to call his comfort zone. And he's starting to understand that he is an animal. And I'm hoping the coaches are watching that and leave DJ Moore on the sideline and put him right there instead. We got a couple of young cats on the practice squad that I think should be starting over DJ Moore, but for some odd reason, I don't know why. I mean, of course, I'm not the coach. I'm just a spectator like everybody else. But just like everybody else, I see what's going on. We got some young cats that's outplaying this dude, but because he's what we like to call a veteran, you want to keep giving him these opportunities, and he's looking bad. That man is, in my personal opinion, he's starting to remind me more of a tight end than a wide receiver. And that's being honest.
My mic. Damn, my mic was muted. Who you talking about? You say you starting to remind you as a tight end instead of a wide receiver.
DJ Moore. He started reminding me of Niles Paul. Remember, Niles Paul had a hand issue, but he was big enough that that they moved him to tight end, which I thought was going to be a good move. But Niles Paul didn't like how they utilized him, so he retired early. That's what he saw.
Is you getting static on your ear?
No, I hear you clearly.
Might just be me. Hold up. Yeah, it's breaking up. I could hear it on a stream replay. I don't know what that's about, but I don't hear it now. But I was hearing it for a little second. You know, it's a little delay. But anyway, so we got the dub. We moved to 3-2 on the season, and next up is the big bad Chicago Bears. So now the Chicago Bears is riding on a high right now. They done won 2 straight games, and they got the bye week off. They got 2 whole weeks to prepare for the Washington Commanders next Monday. Not this Monday, tomorrow, Victory Monday, but the following Monday. And they got to start off as a 5-point favorite. What's your take on that game? What you think about the Bears coming up next?
So my take on the Bears is, unfortunately for me to say this, the way that the things been playing out with the whole Chicago and the coaching staff thing between Washington and Chicago, and Caleb and DJ Jaden, you got to look at that like a NFC East rivalry game. That can go either way, man. I ain't even gonna sit here and act like I'm confident, because to be honest with you, truthfully, I'm nervous. Do I got confidence that my team find a way to win? Yes. But the Bears have been sitting back and watching us for the last week and a half. They're going to use all the games that we lost to their advantage. And hopefully our coaching staff can learn from the games that we lost and not let them motions, because that's what's been killing us. Teams been using motions. Yes. Use emotions, and they cannot handle the motions. Do not put Bobby in coverage. Bobby is a
but you seen Jordan McGee out there more today. They had Jordan McGee out there more. So
do not use Bobby. Now I need Jordan to find a way to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, we be all right.
Right.
But Bobby is definitely a Hall of Famer, but he's past his time when he running with any tight ends, running back, or receivers. He can't do it. Anything in 10 yards, animal. After 10 yards, cook. So, yeah. Where they utilize him today, they need to keep doing with Bobby. Blitz him. Have him close to that line. When you see them passing packages or spreads, pull somebody in there that's fast that can run. They need to stop. Oh my goodness. Please, y'all giving people the first. Press these Bammers on their downs. Make them earn them 10 yards. Just giving it to them. Like, come on, man. Don't get me wrong now. Mikey Sanders still had a good game, but he had some plays. But I'm like, Mikey, what are you doing? Put a hand on this boy. You literally giving him the first down. That should have been I could count maybe like 4 3-and-outs that we should have had. But the way, I don't know if it was Mikey or the coaching staff that had him do that, but you gotta get close. You gotta be more physical.
Right. So like I said, we 3-2, and hopefully we can figure out how to, because the Bears gonna be on some get back after that Hail Murray that Johnson as they coach. So hopefully we could cook up a good game plan better than what we put together today. Our first 15 got to get better. That Jaden Daniels run on second down was crazy. It was insanity, okay? And we got to do better with that. I didn't like that at all. So hopefully against the Bears we'll be able to put better out there. Put better stuff on film. So
yeah, and I hope Cliff learn from what's going on, and I hope he has a brand new scrap game plan and not go out there with the exact same game plan like he did the last 2 losses we had. We took a W and took that exact same game plan to the next game, and then none of it worked. So I hope he scrapped it. Of course, use the stuff that worked, but take the stuff that worked and add something totally new to it so nobody has seen it before, so they won't know it. Don't become predictable, Cliff. Please don't. Because you're making the offense look like they're trash if you keep calling stuff that everybody knows is coming.
Right. You could tell by the way they lined up what's coming, and I know if we could see it, everybody else could see it. You know what I'm saying? But just as long as they keep giving Bill the ball, they just got to keep giving Bill the ball and make sure that we could protect Jaden Daniels and get him into some type of rhythm, because obviously he hasn't warmed up to the point where as though he's superhero Jaden Daniels just yet. So we got to just, gradually allow him to get back into the swing of things, you know what I'm saying? And I think that with us having 8 days off, that will actually help, us get to what we need to do. So yeah, any final thoughts before I get back to the stream,
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to say you're doing a wonderful job, brother. You're doing a hell of a job with this podcast. I couldn't be more proud of you, brother. You know I love you like a brother. Like literally, yes, you are a brother to me.
Yes, sir.
As far as Bill,
for sure.
Bill. Listen to a fan. Everybody plays football. You cannot put your head down like that and lose all confidence when you're having a great game. They took you out the game because everybody's seeing your confidence walk out the door from one mistake. You going to make mistakes, young man. Learn from that mistake and make them pay for it the next play, brother.
Right.
So, I mean, after he fumbled, it's like he didn't even want to play no more. You can't do that, brother, because everybody can see that you wouldn't in the game no more. And he put up 150 with 2 touchdowns. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So, but I even though he pouted, it goes to show you that he is a rookie, and I'm glad he got that experience because the team was talking to him. They was, they pulled him to the side. They was talking to him, man, you good, bro? Don't even trip, because it's the same thing that John Newton did last year when Russell Wilson, fake snap, and he jumped off sides and gave the Steelers the first down, and that actually helped them win the game against us. And he beat himself up about it, and he just got to understand that you're gonna make mistakes, and it didn't cost us the game, fortunately. But moving forward, bro, you good. You the best thing smoking this game, so you'll be fine. So yeah, appreciate you for coming on the show. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the stream real quick, then I'm gonna close this thing off. And I'm gonna go ahead and watch this here Bills in New England game. Yeah. Say again. Your phone, your John breaking up. I bet.
But you be easy, brother. Till next time. If I gotta text you through the game like that to win, I'm gonna start doing that.
Oh, that hey, send them through. Send them through.
Hey, look, I was calling the whole game right before they did it. I'm like, man, do this, and I was calling like I was seeing it happen before it happened, bro. I was like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna stop texting you. They're gonna be mad at me, but this working.
But I picked my phone back up and I saw 36 text messages. I said, Lord, because I put my phone down and had to charge it. I've been putting so many parlays in that I had to actually charge my phone. So when I picked it up, and I'm like, this boy going off over here. I'm pissed off going over here. So I was like, at halftime, I'll pick my phone up. So when I picked my phone up, I saw what you said. I said, yeah, just keep these text messages coming. I'm going to ride with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been doing good since the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate you for coming on, bro. Love you. You already know what it is. And I'm definitely going to catch up to you. Make sure on your way out that you like the stream and drop a comment down there and, show your boy some love. And let me get back to this stream.
You know I'm gonna show you love.
I bet, bro.
Love, RP Rico. RP
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Fat. Rest in peace, Rico. You already know what it is. All right, bro. Yes, sir. It was good to have my good brother on here. He is a Commander fan, and it was good to have him on here. Sorry if the sound was staticking and going in and out. That's what I'm hearing over here. I don't know what you all were hearing. Nobody said anything in the chat. So hopefully the sound was clear and it was just something that was on my end. But yes, the Washington Commanders beat the Los Angeles Chargers. They beat them 27-10. Bill, show me the bill. He went off. He went off. The bill was $111. Well, total, it was over $150. That's how much all-purpose yards he put up. 2 tutties and over 150 yards, whether it was receiving or rushing. Bill Murray did his thing. He is the now, the future, and the forever for the Washington Commanders. Yes, and I love me some Bill. And shout out to Bill, like he was just like bro was just saying, don't even trip. I know you fumbled. And that was his first fumble. You know, he been doing great holding on to the ball. And he seemed like, you know, he know what he doing when he carrying the ball. He just wants so much. I love that he's so competitive. He reminds me of Jaden Daniel with, you know, as far as how competitive he is. And I love to see it because pairing him with Jaden Daniels is going to be great for us moving forward. We just building this roster, y'all. We building this roster. And we got years to go, y'all. We got years to go. I know we went to the NFC Championship last year, and that was great. And we're looking forward to going to the Super Bowl this year, and that will be awesome. But realistically, we still are building this roster, but that's not saying that we can't get it done with what we have. We just need all the guys to get fairly healthy. It's about how great you can play in December, January, and then hopefully you'll be playing in February. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Bill getting the ball. Like I said, I don't want to see any more running backs starting for the Commanders. I don't want to see Jeremy McNichols. I don't want to see Christopher Rodriguez, or whatever his real name is. I love Chris Rodriguez and I love Jeremy McNichols, but I don't want to see them starting for my Commanders, okay? I need to see Bill out there. And I cannot wait to get Terry McLaurin back because Debo is setting the tone. I mean, like, it seemed like we ain't missing a beat. Now, of course, I'm not saying Debo Samuel is Terry because I love my Terry McLaurin forever. My Terry McLaurin gonna be my number one receiver, and they two different types of receiver. But the way that they are using Debo, I would pray that they would use Terry McLaurin this exact same way because they're using Debo more than they wanted. They would have liked to use them when they got them, when they acquired them. And it's only because Terry McLaurin is down and he has to lead the wide receiver corps. You know what I'm saying? They're using them all over the field. And the boy is a sure hand catch. Okay. I love the swag that Debo brings to the Washington Commanders. And remember all that stuff people was talking over the all season? Debo washed up. He can't do it no more. He bush. Y'all them picked up a person that's injury prone. He fat. He's sloppy. He can't run. Where them haters at now? Where them haters at now? Debo is Debo in, okay? And it was just so many haters, and we was protecting Debo so much, and we didn't even get a chance to see him run it down for the Washington Commanders. Y'all were just hating on the guy for no reason. But look what he doing. I bet that's all I want to see. Silence. I don't want to hear anything. Leave that boy alone. He is definitely a weapon for Jaden Daniels. And when Terry McLaurin get back healthy, I don't know what Zach Ertz doing, but hopefully he come around too. But you know, he the old man, the savvy vet, and maybe, just maybe, he will come around. But man, once Terry McLaurin come back, once Noah Brown come back, and we got that trio. Remember, we haven't had our trio of wide receivers since week 2. So once they come back, and I think that everybody will be back for this Chicago Bears game, at least Noah Brown, or I can't say at least Noah Brown because I think Terry McLaurin will be back too. If we can get everybody back for this Chicago Bears game, it's going to be curtains. That's what they say. It's curtains. It's over because I don't think that we could be stopped with those guys. And we didn't see Robbie Chosen out there, and I don't think he's going to contribute that much to the team. He's more like an emergency wide receiver. He's going to work his way. He's going to have to work his way onto the field. We've seen Luke McCaffrey step up. We've seen Jalen Lane make that crucial first down after that mistake that we had going on when he dropped the ball. You've seen him make up for that. I wish he'd be a little more aggressive with catching the punt return because, one, he fair catch, and he had plenty of space to run. And then after last week, when he took that one to the house, I just knew he was about to get that one and take it to the house. And he knew all right away. As soon as he caught the ball, he knew that he had a chance to take it further. He knew that he could have got at least 10 to 15 yards out of that return. But, he's a young guy, and he would just continue to grow. And we just got to continue to support the Commanders. I love what I'm seeing in the wide receiver core. Luke McCaffrey with that 50-yard bomb, I was in this screaming, like, let's go. Because I didn't think he was gonna put it up for Luke. Luke looked like he was back at Rice. Like he was going against a college defender. The commentator said, the sports analyst said, you can't defend a perfect ball. Jaden Daniels looked like the pass when he put up to Terry McLaurin against the Cincinnati Bengals on that pass to Luke McCaffrey. And if Jaden Daniels could continue to get these guys working them into the offense, we're going to be unstoppable. And with Bill going crazy back there, people going to have a lot to worry about, man. So I'm looking forward to what my guys say. My guy Monte Jackson. What's up, Monte? Monte been hanging with your boy. He said, dog, we will get healthy at the right time. Just watch. I believe so too. I believe so. That's why I said I think everybody will be back next week. I know we're gonna get somebody back next week. And then wait to see when Sam Cosmi come back. Jane Dane's gonna have Secret Service up there. Okay. I think Chris Paul is back. He's the left guard for the rest of the season. I don't think Brandon Coleman coming back to actually play left guard. As far as I'm concerned, he's the backup. He's the backup now. Chris Paul has earned that spot. I mean, from what I'm seeing, I mean, you don't see him making no players making no highlight reels going up against Chris Paul or none of that. Okay, he is blocking well. He's communicating with Laremy Tunsil. I've seen several times on a TV copy of him talking to Laremy Tunsil in between plays. And that type of communication goes to show that this young man is trying his hardest. He's doing everything right to make sure that he sees the opportunity and take full advantage of the opportunity and seize in the moment. And I don't think I think it's his job to lose. Okay, Brandon Coleman is cool. Maybe he'll develop and maybe he will be something next year, or maybe it's one of those prospects that they drafted that just don't work out. They let Dominique Hampton go in the offseason, and I would hate to see that for Brandon Coleman because I expected him to move right into guard, which is one of his natural positions that he played when he was with TCU. I thought he'll be able to just, be inserted there and everything will go well. But we ain't out there when they practice, and we haven't seen them all off season, all the drills and everything that they was going through. To see Chris Paul work his way onto the starting offensive line is such a blessing. Okay, and I think he's going to be he's anchored down. That position is his to lose. Okay, and when we get Sam Cosmi back, I don't think Andrew Wiley's shifting over, none of that. He just going to be backing up. This is last year anyway. But I think once we get Sam Cosmi back, everything will be even better than what you saw today. Although they got around Jaden Daniels somewhat today, they didn't really ruffle any feathers back there, okay? He still was a little comfortable. Of course, he couldn't move as much as he wanted to because he got the brace on. I don't think it's because he's injured. I just think that the bulky brace was actually causing him to, react a little slower. You know what I'm saying? So I think all in all, we had a great game. We started off slow, and I think we'll be fine. And I'm looking forward to playing the Chicago Bears next Monday night at home, and the place going to be rocking. We rocking the all-black unis, so we're going to be ready to go, firing on all cylinders, and we bet not have no slow start because the last time we played the Bears, we started slow, and that was last season, okay? Because it was a defensive game last year, and we had the lead for the majority of the game until like the last 8 minutes or something like that. And then they started scoring and stuff like that. But it was like we had like 13, something like that. And they didn't have anything or 3, but we controlled the game for the most part. And to see us, lose the time of possession today against the Los Angeles Chargers, and we still get the dub, man, that goes to show you, man, these boys are resilient. I'm sorry, resilient. Talking too fast. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, man, I'm loving the Commanders, man. I want to know how y'all feel about this game before I get up off here, man. Talk to me, baby. Make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell notifications on so that way I can keep you in the know with everything Commanders, man. I think I saw my brother out there, cheering this team on today, okay? And my brother, rest in peace, man. I know he is smiling right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what you say, Monte? Lock in. That's my favorite phrase. If we lock in, we could beat any team in the NFL. I seriously feel like that. And we showed that today because I ain't gonna lie. I thought going into this game, it was gonna be a struggle to beat these Chargers. And I thought that last week by the Giants beating them, it was a fluke and they was going to be out for revenge or looking to bounce back from that loss last week. But then I had to say to myself before the game started, we lost last week too. So we looking to bounce back from a loss too. So, we matched them boys. And yeah, so yeah, he say, well, down. Monte say, all black unis. I'm loving it. I'm loving it too. It's going to be blackout. It's going to be a blackout at Northwest Stadium. It's going to be a blackout at Northwest Stadium, y'all. Now, I wish I would go to the game. I'm one of those Redskins / Commanders / Washington football fans who, over the years, I've come to the grips of, I'd rather be home to see us lose or win because you never know. We've been trashed for over 20 to 30 years, and it just hasn't been the same since I was a little pup. And I was like, I'd rather be sitting at home because when I was younger, I was a sore loser, and I couldn't stand to see somebody as soon as we lose and they be pointing at us like, y'all lost, you know what I'm saying? Because then I'm ready to fight or whatever the case may be. So I had to mature, and be able to, deal with what comes with taking an L as a Washington Redskin fan. So nowadays, and it's not only just because we winning that I think I'm ready to go back to a game, more so because I'm mature now. I'm much more mature. I understand it's just sports. I love football before I even love the Commanders, but I will forever bleed that burgundy and gold. So, I'm much more mature nowadays than I was back in the day. But anyway, I'm gonna get up off of here. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead. I'm gonna enjoy this Sunday night game, the Patriots versus the Bills. And I'm definitely gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be doing a show for Victory Monday. It probably won't be a live. I'll put production together and put together a video, and we'll break down the keys of the game and see if we did what we supposed to did, and we'll go off all the checkpoints and see if we hit all the markers or whatever. But until next time, I'm definitely gonna catch y'all on the next one. Before I go, let me get everybody in that chat with their left hand up because y'all know what time it is. Before I go, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Y'all know what it is. Long live my brother Rico. I love you. May you rest in peace. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.